so we're kind of finished with our little family. Um, Reset the temporary height isolate with those horrendous, ugh, drives me crazy, the little definition, the little dimensions. But there's two ways that you can work on this guy when you implement it. So I'll show you the first one. You can just start a new conceptual mass family. So if I go to new conceptual mass, go to my conceptual mass, go to metric mass, right? And again, cannot stand that gradient background. And I don't use metric very often, so I haven't made a template for it yet. And then you can come in and create a reference line here, and we'll set it on the plane. We'll get rid of 3D snapping and just draw. We'll just, oh, that's a big line. Let's make it not so big. Maybe something like that. And then create it, pick it and go to create form. And it'll put this little guy up here, and it's at 4,000. You know, that's a pretty good height. And then what you can do is you can divide that surface and turn on the nodes, and then change the surface. So this is just going to be 1, right? Because we only need that many, and maybe this is 6. I don't know how big it's going to be. And you can see the distance up here for 2,000 by 4,000. And then if I go get my my family, and I load it into my new family project here, right? I should be able to come in and go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then I can pick that and repeat it, and it will repeat. And I still should have control over these. So for example, if I pick this and I go to edit type, you're going to see all of these guys in here. And I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to call it 4-point pergola panel base open, right? And I'll change the rotation angle to 45 and click OK. Right, so now that's 45 degrees open. If we need to rotate it, I can't remember which way it needs to rotate. If it's not rotating correctly, you can always figure that out. Let's go ahead and pick this guy, and let's flip it back to the other one, the base, because that one will be closed. And let's go to our west elevation. And like I said, the main thing that you may have to do is adjust the size of the panel, you know, as this gets smaller and bigger, but we'll see. You know, this one seems to be working, so let me edit the type. And so the top panel length is 1,000, right? So it seems to be working. Let me see if I do 800, if it updates, if I just got lucky. Yeah, you may have to come in here and adjust this, you know, to make it work. I think I just got lucky on the size that I picked. Oh, actually, it's a little low, right? So, so what you would want to do is, I'll go ahead and make it short for right now. Go ahead and pick this guy and edit type, and I'll make it short. So let's shorten it up to 400 and apply, so it gets real squinchy. Right, and then you can just come in and kind of take a distance here. So if I do a distance from like there to there, it's 975, then you can go in and say, might edit type, and we'll put in 975 and see what happens. My guess is it's going to be long. Yeah, it's going to be long by about the size of the width. So we'll do 950 and apply. Yeah, and so that's about right. So it's still a little long. So it's because it's pushed out 2 inches. So let me edit type. So let's do, how about 948 and apply. That's exactly it. So 946. So basically it's the offset of it's the tube width plus double the offset of that point at the top. But we'll figure that out later. Then you can save this as the Pergola mass family, and you could put that into a project if you wanted to. The other thing you can do is, let's close this guy down, is you can just put it right in a project. So if you go to File, New, Project, and let's start with the metric template, click OK. If you need to put it in a project, let's go to my 3D view, and you need to go to Architecture Component Model in Place and start a little conceptual mass family in here. So I'm going to go to my mass, click OK, and it's going to turn on the masses. I'm going to say Pergola. And I'm going to actually do the same exact thing. So reference line, and I'll make it draw on the work plane, and I'll draw out a reference line and do the exact same thing. So pick that, create form. That guy's a little short, so I'll make it 4,000. And then I'll divide this guy, come over to the surface representation, turn on the nodes, change the number to 1, and I think I had like 1 and 4. And then you can go get your family and load it into project. Right. And same thing. 2, 3, 4. And then you should be able to repeat that. And while you're in the family in here working on it, you should be able to pick it, edit the type, and change anything that you want in here, right? All right, so that's about it. If you want to make the other panel where we need to make some adjustments, and then finish the mass and you're back out in the project. And to get back into the mass, you have to pick it and edit it in place, and then you'll be able to access the component, the type stuff. Okay. And then finish the mass, back in the project. And this guy, if you pick that and go to edit type, you're not going to get anything. You can always kind of maybe tab select in and pick that and go to edit type, and you'll get it. So different ways of accessing it. But yeah, if you have any more questions or you need any more help or make another panel, let me know.